What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got for you some lower body explosive training. So what we got going today, we're giving you, I think it's 4 sets that we like to use to build some big time explosion with the lower body. So we got some strength stuff, followed by some explosive, some power stuff, some lighter load, faster movement type of thing. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you enjoy. All right, first thing, we got safety bar quarter speed squats. So we're going with safety bar just for added stability, so we can load it up pretty heavy. We're only going quarter squats, right? So only to about right here. The biggest thing for these is you want to pull yourself down faster than gravity is pulling you alone, right? So I'm not just dropping in, but I'm actively pulling myself in or pulling myself down, not getting stuck at the bottom, and then reversing it as fast as I can. So down and up as fast as you possibly can. We're gonna bust out about 6 of them. If you have the opportunity to use like a velocity-based trainer, it's really great because then you can gauge your load accordingly, because if you wanna hit a certain like meters per second number. If you don't have that though, it does not matter. Have the intention to go as fast as you possibly can, okay? So we'll be in here. Right here, I'm just gonna pull down as fast as I can and up. Oh God, everything popped. Right, so something like that, where we're going really, really fast. That did not feel really fast, but you can see that's the intention of being fast. With this, we're gonna partner banded squat jumps. So we'll just attach some bands. It's kind of like a makeshift Vertimax. So we'll hold these bands. We're gonna get into 4 jumps, okay? So down and up as big as you can, right? That band's gonna really start to pull you down. My bun's gonna fall out doing that. And then we're gonna offload it even more. So we went from fast load to light load. Don't fall, Spencer. Light load to here. Now we're going assisted. We're going 2 jumps, as big as you possibly can. Pull yourself down, but really focus on powering out of the bottom, trying to jump as high as you can. All right, so down, up, load it, reset. We're gonna go down, up, land, and then we're gonna rest in between. That's a really awesome series that you can do to build some like big time explosion. Number 2, we're going staggered stance trap bar into single leg broad jumps. To be honest, ideally I would probably use our open trap bar just for a better staggered stance. So if you have the option to do that, either way, totally fine. Staggered stance just like this, right? I love this set when we're trying to build explosion, especially for like speed stuff, right? So we're gonna be staggered stance, hitting our trap bar. After that, obviously trap bar goes down, and then we're gonna get out into single leg broad jumps, driving off this front leg from our stagger stance. So as we're doing our stagger stance trap bar, focus on driving off this front leg, very similarly to a split squat. Drive off the front leg, ball the foot down into the ground. Try to load up your trap bar, go pretty heavy. We're only gonna hit about 3 sets each side, or I'm sorry, 3 reps each side, 3 to 4 reps. So we want it to be relatively heavy. Okay, so we're gonna get down here, drive it up. We'll go 4 reps. We'll put it down. Out of this, we're gonna, almost just died. Out of this, we're gonna go, right? 3 jumps, try to get really big. One reason I like using the open trap bar is because number 1, you're not gonna hit, but also you can jump straight out of it. Whereas here I had to move. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. That's me just being a nitpick, but something like this. Then we're gonna reset. We're gonna hit the other side, okay? Right here, we're gonna drive. Once again, 3 broad jumps. You saw on that final broad jump, I just tried to absolutely launch myself. Woo, good Lord. Land double on that, get out into a run after that. The biggest thing we're working on now with this is your takeoff, okay? So obviously you want a controlled landing. You don't want to like land on your ass, not stick it. but just try to launch yourself. This one's awesome for building up speed. Number 3, this one, once again, is really awesome for building speed. What we're gonna do is a rear foot elevated overcoming ISO. So we've talked about this one a lot. Overcoming ISOs are fantastic for building up, number 1, strength, but also for working like the tendons. And one thing when we're talking about being explosive, improving speed, is we want to be really strong with our structural tissue, especially our tendons, right? We want to improve our ability to store energy, to utilize energy. That's going to help become faster. That's going to help be a little bit more efficient. Think like a gazelle or a kangaroo, right? So we're going to get under. We're going to be trying to drive this bar up as hard as we can. We're going to go about 6 seconds, okay? Same thing as I mentioned with the trap bar. Really drive with that front leg, okay? So I'm here. Angles are very important as well. When you're ready, we're gonna go for it, trying to drive up as hard as we possibly can up here. And then when you're done, we're done. Big thing that I mentioned midway through, angles are important. So adjust your angle depending on your goal. I was relatively high up, but if we're talking about sprinting, for example, when we're performing that motion in that high up angle, that's totally fine, that more end range. If I'm working on jumping, I'm gonna lower this, and I'm probably gonna try to work in about this angle, right? Trying to produce force out of here. So you've seen us do different versions of it, depending on your goal. With it, we're gonna go rear foot jump. So I like to have my back foot on something a little bit more stable than the roller. All we're gonna do, drive off this, jump as high as you possibly can. You can tuck a little bit, something like that. We just try to put force in, drive up. This one's awesome. I really like, holy moly, I am like about to fall this entire video. I really like this series for building some power. Number 4, we are going a single leg barbell hip thrust. I love this exercise. You don't need a lot of load on this because it's quite difficult on its own, right? So it's your typical barbell hip thrust. The only difference is we're just driving off one leg, okay? So get down, drive your heel into the ground. I like to have my knee that I'm going, or the knee on the leg that I'm going with at 90 degrees. I see a lot of people make the mistake if they start driving like this, right? And with the toe, get that heel down, drop the hips, drive up as high as you possibly can. Activate the hamstring, the quad, or geez, not the hamstring and the quad, the hamstring and the glutes. Clearly it's been a long day. Activate that there. You can go either reps or an isometric. Honestly, either are totally fine. The biggest thing with this stuff when it comes to the strength portion is you just want to have enough stimulus to get everything fired up, right? So if we're going an ISO, make it hard. If we're going reps, make it hard, right? We don't want to be able to hit like 8 to 10 of them. You want it to be hard. You want to be working in that like 4 to 5 rep range, depending on maybe even a little bit less, maybe 3 to 5 rep range, okay? All right, so with the hip thrust, we're gonna go, once again, another variation of hip thrust, just a little bit more explosive and alternating hip thrust jump, if you will. So set up in the position. I like where my feet are to be a little bit higher than normal, right? So I'm gonna be here, feet on. I'm gonna load this jump, or I'm gonna load this with my hips, explode up, and then catch myself high. Load it, jump, catch myself high. So having to catch yourself in that extended position, load, jump. This one's really great to work on that posterior chain explosion, partnering it with the hip thrust. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.